Hello everybody, and welcome back to Brigador Killers, specifically the free demo. Now, this episode is actually going to be a re-record, as I had gone through and completed both Dealership and Aubrey's Neighborhood, but unfortunately, I'm a little bit slow, so the audio got kind of messed up. Thankfully, you guys did not miss too much, so I'll go through and explain what happened. So first off, I got this low boy before last episode. I did some farming off camera, just rerunning old missions, the main three, especially Roundabout, to get some extra ammo, some extra guns, and here and there. Yeah, I grabbed some vehicles. So I got this low boy, which I'll be honest, I'll probably scrap or modify into something new, and I got this small container for it. And then I also upgunned our Renpapa. Now, this had a lot of benefits. First off, and most obviously, it now has a gun, which, as we discovered in our failed bugged audio version of our playthrough of Aubrey's Neighborhood, is quite effective. It works pretty darn well. But arguably more importantly, it now has 150 in storage space in the back seat and 300 in the trunk, and I had also filled it out with all these small containers that I can either replace with full ones that I find or use as spare storage. So now this thing has quite a bit of carrying capacity. And then I also got this panel van, and it also has an upgunning thing. I don't have a gun on it right now, but it is very nice. It has 2 containers and can carry 300. And unlike the Renpapa, which has a limited firing cone, as you can see, the panel van has a 360-degree one, because I put one of those horrible little robot things that like rams my car and then kills itself. I put one of those on top, so it has 360. And arguably most importantly, I was saving this for a bit in the next episode, but the next episode is the last episode. But I got this wheelchair. Pretty sweet. Dealership. Objective combat, difficulty low, no elevator present. I still don't know what those are. Well, beyond the conceptual. An electric car dealership selling volatile vehicles. Destroy every OVO on the lot, then escape. Minor police presence. So, we'll do this one. And we'll hop in my trusty Renpapa, since it has a little more storage. And we are loaded up with the drummer, which I actually haven't tried on a vehicle yet. Alright, kill montage or whatever. Go! Got him. Oh, that guy shot his buddy in the back. That one wasn't even me. Alright, now that we've cleared out the map of pretty much all the enemies, it was pretty minor police presence. Now it's time to deal with these OVOs. And the funny thing about the OVOs is, let me just demonstrate for it. Oh. Not quite clear, that's my bad. Funny thing about these OVOs is, once their health trickles down enough, they actually explode quite violently. Now, I have a pretty solid amount of cars. I'm sure you can guess, astute viewer, where this is going. So I was wrong. It isn't quite clear. There's still these guys left. Hey. No. Party pooper. Yeah, they did that, not me. It was basically self-defense, okay? And now, dear viewers, my plan comes to fruition. Allahu Akbar! And now, I get to loot all of those parts, so I can slightly optimize my off-screen performance. Yay! I don't know if I'll leave this in, but if any of you guys noticed that crate by the van in the beginning, and were wondering how I typically get it open, this is how. Because the cop sedans, they got a good bit of horsepower, and they're pretty durable. So, this sort of. And it's empty! Woo! Alright. That's that. And now I get to unload everything. Oh boy. And then we quickly repair this. If it'll... Yep. 3 parts for that? I'll be honest, folks. This is the first time I repaired. That is nothing. The market is great. Aubrey's neighborhood. Objective, salvage. Difficulty, medium. Still no elevator. A polluted park abutting a residential neighborhood and warehouse. Recover what gear you can. Enemy unknown. Spoiler alert, it's a lot of, like, elite cops. They have a very nice assault rifle that I plan on stealing off of one of their carcasses. Our contact called in that they stashed a delivery in the normal spot, but they hung up before we could figure out which runner it was. Go check the usual places, behind the mini-mart, in the back of the container storage, over by the bus stop in the corner, or maybe by the entrance of the transfer station. That's a load of hooey, by the way. It basically just wants you to wander around killing things, which, I mean, not gonna hear me complain. I also discovered that vehicle spawns are randomized too, because sometimes there's a cop car here. There was the first time I played this as well. Sometimes the auto lock. Whoa. Alright. Well, battle montage, go! Yeah, get some, robot. Don't run it. Golly, hard to play, my guys. Okay. Well, for you it might have been. Aiming's a little finicky. And here's one of our locations. Let's search it. And it's just a load of parts. However, there are goodness, I cannot speak. There are large hard points, which I greatly need and desire, as those are needed for some of our bigger projects. And right nearby, we have what I assume is a bus station. And we have a laser rifle. Very nice. Among other things, of course, but the laser rifle is easily the most interesting. And truly, I am decadently wealthy because the two things I chose to leave were the two light machine guns. Should not have laid down. Oh my. Running out of ammo on this thing. Alright, it might sound like copium, but I do think that the aiming is a little wonky when you're in a vehicle. And my vehicle's almost dead, so that's the end of my vehicle rampage. I keep finding these flowers, the buttonholes. I don't know what they are, but figure I might as well take them. Maybe they'll have a use later. Hey, it's my van. Asshole. And off we go. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully the audio actually works this time and properly layers with my voice. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you, and be sure to tune in next time. Bye bye.